On the other side, there's a fair amount of utility here for Ecstatic. U-Man ACOR moving up in second. Simple's holding the angle for Electronic at range. Oh, Newt had an idea as to the setup immediately, goes straight for Electronic and drops him.
Yeah, Simple is gonna be faced with overwhelming odds, unfortunately for him. And it's not looking too hot now for BC Game. Almost, yeah, I was going to say almost like a saving situation, which is, you know, it's rare you see on a pistol round in this fashion. But I mean, what are you going to do? 5-man attack onto the A site where there's like no damage done to anyone. Kind of ridiculous. But BC Game opting to go for a more passive play, just gambling that, hey, if it's B, we're ready to go.
Yeah, this is kind of felt like a hard read from them. We'll see if Ecstatic construct a similar round toward that 45-second mark and opt for differences, but this time it will be that B bomb site where they have been waiting with 3 BC games. So far, so good. Simple and Nexa dropping, but ACOR will find a second through the smoke. Again, there is one more player here. HE towards the back of the site. We've got 16 seconds to get a bomb plant. There are flashes for BC who are content to concede that plant and go for the retake. 3-on-3. I don't believe Ecstatic know where they're all coming from. The one will have to keep eyes on Banana. But he has angles to support the site as well. Andu moving through. Oh, I don't know if he spotted something there. Maybe different res, but it will be a trade from Sasanito. And that leaves Syra as the last man standing. 1 versus 2. There's a kit for Sasanito. He's on the site, just trying to draw Syra out, who wins that first duel. Electronic will have to go deep to try and win it. Is there going to be time? He'll get the kit first, and I think he's going to be good for the first round for BC as well.
Remains to be seen, James. A lot of these Inferno basics oftentimes go amiss. So...
challenge quickly from TMB. Sasanito dispatched of in that mid area. This is a very fast moving round. Simple looking to do what he can in the apps. But this will not favor the CTs. 3 for 3 with a minute 30 on the clock. They don't have any super forward positions that are rich with information, this CT side, which means Ecstatic can cut noise, and it'll be very nervous territory for BC. They've put a second man over towards B, but this time, do they fish for info?
Andu is set up for either an enormous round or a round loss. It's all up to him in this position. His teammates are slowly going to make their way down Banana, especially now that that smoke goes off. Andu buying as much time as he possibly can. Able to take down Newt, the weakest player, and there is a great swing. And that's going to be the end of Andu. But he's done enough, ultimately, a 2v2 on the way for BC Game.
And this is a must-win for BC. Otherwise, Ecstatic may be targeting a 7-1 scoreline. They've got util to attack this pit position, which leaves ACOR with much to do. So try and abuse these headshot angles as best he can. Electronic swinging. He's got the information for Nexa, but can Nexa trade? Going for that big swing. And they will secure a second round BC again with 1 player surviving.
Or they have to just go all out into A right now.
I like the setup with that grenade also. There's a double peek with Electronic and Simple. Electronic, of course, holding down 2 jobs, looking at apartments as well. Ooh. But that HE suggests they are more defensive further back. They might not check Simple's position should that come into fruition. A nice flash there. Satanito with a charge and maybe outstaying his welcome. Once that flash had gone, Spyra drops him, so there's a hole in the defenses now. 40 seconds remain as ACOR passes some utility. He's carrying the bomb as well, but he's been really patient. Down goes Simple. The defenses are breaking on this 8 bomb site for BC.
Yeah, Simple, I think, got teased by the scoping and rescoping there, but oh my god, what a shot from ACOR through the wall. That is devastating. And now they'll be able to get the plant 3 versus 2 after plant on this A site. It's going to be very difficult for BC Game to retake this. They got a couple AKs. And they don't have any money, though. So there's a world where you see a save. If they can't get anything, if nothing's given, I don't know. This is a rough one for BC Game.
Yeah, it's a very tough one. The numbers almost bait you into losing everything. They have a little utility. Flashes a molly. Bit of chess via utility. Oh, lovely work with the HE grenades. Oh! Oh, that was very, very close indeed. Love the work we're seeing from Ecstatic, just edging ever closer. And that's Andy off the side of the ship. Won't be a search party for him. Simple starts to rotate over with his automatic shotgun, semi-automatic.
Again, this is another common scenario with the T's, of course. 5v4 early on, or rather into the mid rounds, and you're looking to see, okay, what can we confirm? Can we confirm where the CTs are weak? And not having the players in position to confirm fully, they're going to walk into the B sites. This is the best chance of BC Game to actually still somehow win this round. They're going to need to get a couple kills on the opening. Untraded. We'll see if they can do it.
Oh, you're just waiting for something crazy to happen with the shotgun. Sassanito running distraction with the AK in the meantime. Simple's lurking somewhere with that shotty. Oh, he's found an M4 actually. And they are holding this. 3 seconds now. It might just be about survival. And Electronic, simply by not being on the bomb site, will secure the round for his team. BC able to get over towards B with their remaining players.
But the guns don't look great, James. 3 SMGs.
Yeah, I mean, they've not had ideal guns in a few scenarios, but winning that round has made a really negative impact on Ecstatic's situation. Nexa dropped early through the smoke by the Tech 9 is the last thing they need. And maybe that balances things out somewhat with what Ecstatic are carrying. I wanted Simple to hold on to that semi-auto in the last round. My heart needed him to. But sometimes he's got to go with the brain. In the pit now with Electronic. Good to see these two working together as best they can. Mixed results though. Simple staying alive and neutralizing the threat to a certain degree. TMB and Lele still standing. Quite tagged. But if you're close enough to land the headshot, then how much does it matter?
He's in a good spot here to do some damage with the MP9. Ooh, gets caught by Lele. So you can't sacrifice people to try to hold positions that are deep and to get information. You just don't have the ability to do that. So you want to give up information, which means you're going to be gambling. And I love this. They're getting aggressive in the apartments here, James. They might find something. Oh, Newt gets taken out on the trade, and there's an M4 collected. And what do Ecstatic make of this? Does this trigger a B movement?
Surely that encourages them to go towards B. Losing a rifle towards A, use the time you have to go towards B instead. Into the stack, of course. There are grenades for the CTs here as well. Simple repositioning, ready and waiting. See if he can find an angle for that HE. That smoke will slow things down. With 30 seconds on the clock, I'm starting to smell chaos. I'm detecting problems potentially on the way for Ecstatic. They'll try to limit their variance with some smokes of their own. Some spotted going towards CT, and Lele dropped TMB having to come back. And there are still some CT standing here. Done a good job of ironing them out though. TMB with a better angle than Simple did. And that will be most of the threat gone. Electronic has to consider if he wants to lose this rifle, if he has information on how tagged these players might be. He doesn't have a kit, but he is right here. But where are they is the question. He's committed to this one now. One of these teams will not be leaving. They're lining up quite well. Can't transfer though. ACOR quick on the trigger finger. Instant trade round for Ecstatic.
You got to be efficient with your time, James. You can't be in the gym and play Counter-Strike at once. Or can you?
Oh, the double nades. I mean, I don't even think the second one landed before Nexa was dispatched of. BC not having the greatest of times on Banana in some of these rounds. Now, oh dear, before I can even ask how you get yourself back into this round, Electronic is lost, which really compromises Simple. How do you not get traded here? He'll be relying on Sassanito to hold mid for him. But look, there's so many people to swing. Sassanito will find two, however. Maybe there is fight left in BC after all.
Yeah, and also, Newt's half HP, so might be some hope. A quick smoke, though, does separate these CTs, which might help them out. Bomb only now freshly being planted, so there's time to work with here. And, Andy, he's making noise. He needs to create distraction. Assassinito, who will take down Newt in the 1v1. And now, that smoke is going to split up the sites. So, Assassinito repositioning as Andy is waiting for Sasanito to be in a spot where they can kind of come at the same time. Now, Sasanito makes his way forward, as does Andu. And Andu gets taken out. Sirat finding that one. Good movement off the box. And again, Ecstatic picking up the rounds.
Simple on the rotation with the Mag 7. Perhaps he's got a 5-7 to go with it. Andu will be the first to fall. Electronic looks like he's shivering in the apartments on the X-ray.
They do be drafty. Okay, BC game. Looking for a play. Coming out of Boiler. And ARCRED is more than ready. More than ready. They're going to take them both down. So no problems there. Ecstatic looking to close out the 9-3 first half on the T side of Inferno. And honestly, they won the pistol. And BC game, I feel like there's a world where...
Surely most people just ignore the decoy entirely. Flank is beginning for Ecstatic. Again, oh, look at that. Before Simple can deploy, next to Gon as well. There's less respect in a pistol round. There's less of everything, apart from headshots. Still a chance for BC, though, as they're on tour, heading towards a stop on B. 2 to 3. Bomb planting will be essential. Got to do it quick, though, because the cavalry's on the way. Here is the stampede from Ecstatic. Attempted at least. Bomb planted. TMB down. 2-on-2 is here. Sasanito and Andu trying to hold on. That's a great headshot at range, but that range allows ARCRED to still be standing. Sasanito now, the last one. ARCRED gets that headshot after taking one in the face. He'll be grateful for the Glock this time. Ecstatic take both pistols. Panic. Head pops up. He's holding a smoke. Well done for holding onto it, though. 35 seconds on the clock. They spot one player lurking, but here comes that util now. They've got a HE to break the smoke if that's what they want to do as well. And it looks like it is. Andu will be making his way forward. Great combination with the flashes, but they need more than that, just that one frag. And Lele dancing, able to collect a second. And ARCRED has come through with 2. But still, that bomb will get planted. Next up, 1 versus 2. Found himself a rifle. Time for the reload just about. Ah. He saw Newt, but the reload wasn't complete. Never able to stabilize afterwards. Ecstatic moved to 11. So, a difficult scenario. If you look at how Ecstatic defaulted on their T side, taking banana, taking top mid away, you know, the usual stuff. Hard to do with less util. Electronic up close, not getting much of anything there. Neither are the rest of BC. Riddled with bullets. Before they could really get started, Ecstatic taking the game away from them. I love to see a CT side play like that. Take the fight to the Ts. Decide where the fights take place, set the pace. Very difficult to deal with a CT team who are willing to be bold in such a fashion. But BC have been limited in this game by the will of Ecstatic.
Oh, wow. Andy got... I was like confused by that fight a little bit. Andy killing the other player behind the one we were spectating. Newt shuts it down. And I agree, James. You know, there's a lot of different...
Just about wide swings at this point. No double HEs to have a chance to even pop and Lele or anybody from Ecstatic. So many issues here for BC. Ecstatic have been great at getting the first frag in many of these rounds as well. TMB knows his angles.
That's awesome.
That might be the last we see of Simple here on Inferno.
I think this is a good call to go back to Banana here from BC Game. Gets re-smoked, which really sucks. But often when the CTs retake top Banana, the Ts are going to go back to A. And so BC.Game can kind of think, okay, well, there's a world where they only have one player here. But as it's a 5v3, Ecstatic don't need to stack. And so this does become quite a difficult spot for BC.Game. Ecstatic actually reinforcing with a third player, the B position. But they're quite deep here. There's an opportunity for BC.Game. Taking down Electronic. And, oh no, it's Casanito going down. It's just all a problem, isn't it? Nexa is the last man standing here. And he's going to get eliminated, James. So Ecstatic, they pick up Inferno. And it looks relatively clean.
Yeah, I think we can describe BC in 2 words for that one. Dealt with.
Or never mind, we're right here on that dime. Go ahead and take it away, guys.
All right, so Dust2, BC.Game on the T side, going for that long play immediately. ACOR able to shut down Casanito, so that's going to be troublesome here. They need to fight their way out of this position. TMB with the drive-by USP, trying to create space for the CTs, and I mean, they created a round win there on the CT side. So more pistols going to Ecstatic here, James.
So they will prioritize the AK-47s. Of course, there was always that option to pull out the Galil to get some more utility. And Ecstatic are going to take the fight to them immediately. What's a great pick from Manlele. Doesn't get away for free, though. That's a very important trade from Andu. And that will help BC. Every little helps for them in this scenario. And a 4-on-4 with a minute 30 on the clock is certainly a thumbs up for them.
Yeah, it's definitely something to work with in this round. And we do see the rest of the team now gravitating.
Simple left in position, carrying the bomb. That commits BC to this bomb site. But perhaps they go for a split. They're actually looking for a player top mid. They catch TMB as well. But was that enough to pull rotation? Because Simple's going nowhere but the B bomb site now. So Ecstatic need to draw them away. Oh, this is like a matchmaking strat now. Lead everybody towards A. Plant the bomb solo on B. Andu dropped by mid doors. They need to make some elephant stops here in this mid position. Sassanito just waiting for them as Simple continues to merge through. And the trap is still being set. A smoke up on the A bomb site will have Syra rotating to the opposite end of the map. You've got to credit BC for creating this. Very limited in what they were able to do. And Syra's on long wondering what on earth is going on.
Here we go. Syra.
I don't think we're going anywhere, Dan. Not in this situation.
He's going somewhere, James. There's purpose behind his footsteps. Maybe his purpose is survival.
Man, that was you've got to credit BC for that one. I felt like it was always going to be difficult with the low util. Again, the trade frag at the beginning from Andu was really, really important to give them something. They did need something. They were given something by Ecstatic there.
And there we go. We're looking to work on the play through mid. And out they go.
"49 seconds. Ecstatic posturing. And Lele dropped. Syra still in CT spawn. Newt doing what he can, but he will be traded by Andu. Proving to be an important fragger early for BC. And ACOR finding 2. We'll need to find 2 more if he is to salvage this round for Ecstatic. They will have no money whatsoever if they lose this round. He's picked up the AK, which suggests he's going to go for it. He's got util. He has a kit as well. And again, this is a must-win round for Ecstatic.
A lot of time here, is there? For ACOR, he's just holding this. Looking for any peaks. Nothing given, though. And ACOR starts to make his way forwards, and Simple denies. That's a beautiful round there from BC.Game, and a pretty straightforward one as well, James. You know, just making it look like...
Simple has removed his invisibility cloak, which is a good sign. Oh, there's a lot of people coming your way, and he has handily dealt with them. A lot of money for Sassanito. BC have opportunity now with Ecstatic on the back foot, of course, in the grander scheme of things. So Acor forced from the angle. Now, this is a big problem for Ecstatic. Nervous territory. They don't have short, they don't have long. This is a disaster for the CT side. Somehow, they still have 5 standing, but as I say that, TMB is dropped. Alarm bells will be ringing now as Ecstatic try to find position on this A bomb site before their teammates on the site expire. Nuke's on the way. Electronic gets caught again. That's a rough situation. He had such an important spot for the squad. Now the bomb is lost. Acor with a collateral on long. And the dream might be collapsing here for BC. They might never make it onto this bomb site. They had such good positions. There were 4 seconds left. Andy's not going to find both these players. Oof. Really unfortunate there.
Yeah, 40 seconds, and time is of the essence at this point for BC Game. Dropping into CT. Oh, man, okay. Acor's going to deal with Electronic quite easily, and out come the rest of the players through the doors. These duels are looking labored here for BC Game. They get completely shut down. Andu left without any players to play with. He's alone, and now he's been put out of his misery. Ecstatic picking up the round, and
dealing with them will be another question entirely, though. 40 seconds remain. Still unclear as to the intentions of BC. They've got a smoke in CT, which doesn't promise a play towards B.
So BC Game right now, quite a telegraphed play. So Ecstatic know what's coming, and TMB with the spray through the smoke is going to be a great opening for them. Dimple's in a nice position if there's to be a push through, but look at the spam. The spray coming on through from the A side of the map here is landing. And that's leaving 2 players now. Simple and Nexa need to get the impossible done. Simple against everybody, looking for the clutch, and it's going to get taken out. And it's just another round here, James, where a very highly telegraphed play, that is a round that has been run before. And like you say, yeah, it's a nasty boost right there from Acor. And again, lots of information. They've got that deep long control. They're going to start repositioning towards B because they already, I think, are starting to sense what's going on. Okay, maybe not fast enough. Better pacing here from BC Game as they make their entry into the B site. And Lele stuck on the site alone. That's a great kill, though. Peeling Simple away from the push as the trade comes on through. Is enough damage done here by Ecstatic as they move into the 3 versus 2 retake.
Nexus got to be careful because there's a HE coming. Won't be needed. The AK will do the job. Syra just creeping. They're giving them nothing for free and land a nasty headshot. But he will position himself well and simply deliver as he has in this series so far. There were great counter flashes on B from the CT side in that round prior, and Lele will find 2. You see those flashes come in from Acor as well, who will also deliver and finish off the job with the last 2. Absolute shutdown from Ecstatic, looking very strong in this series. Now, BC on the defensive side are committed to this A-bomb site. Committed like a zealot. However, it seems that they may be believing in a false prophet because Ecstatic will be in the numbers heading towards the B-bomb site where Electronic has so much to do. Dropping 2 on the way will certainly help as BC hunt for the remainder.
Ooh, think there actually from Nexa. Finished off by Andu. Acor, great spot though with the P250. Is able to thin the numbers. And Newt is close with the doors, with the dualies, and that's a perfect position. 1v1s for days there for Newt, and in comes Sasanito to try to finish this one off. Acor, Scott, go for the peaks here. They're going to be double peeking him. P250 is not going to be trusty enough for that scenario, it would appear. And BC Game pick up the round. Very well done. No one has time to read terms and conditions, let's be honest. That's how they get you.
I haven't read one for a while. I'm sure some people have a habit of reading them. I bet there's a channel on YouTube where someone just reads terms and conditions and just kind of gives you a TLDR. But yeah, I'm glad that person's not me because it sounds really boring. Oh my God! Sniper or not, sniper or iron sights, he is a problem causer. Just when you thought it was safe to do the business, he's gone into business for himself.
The entrepreneur. Scaling 1000x as they start to make their way up catwalk. Is Acor and Newt. Are they able to actually shut this down? It's going to be all on Acor now. He's sailing on through with whittling down his health. He has to hit nothing but headshots here with the M4. This is too much to ask. Very good approach there from Andy. And Nexa, very well done indeed. Or Electronic, I should say. And that's going to be the 7-8s.
So we'll see what they have to offer. ACOR with an AWP on the T side. I am a believer. Sassanito is barely breathing at this point. TMB, I think, hunting to finish off the job. Sassanito in trouble. Look at that pre-fire. He knows exactly where to expect him, and he has punished him. We spoke about the 5-on-4s for Ecstatic on the CT side, and they continue well on the other side also.
It's a good pick from Electronic. Keep the mid position honest, and
Next is in the goose position, but he's got no flash for the palm tree. I want to say I saw Ecstatic running the palm tree flash on an earlier game. A vintage grenade that was there in CSGO and continues in CS2. Stereo frags for BC across the map, leaving Newton ACOR with much work to do. Simple's on a long rotation. See if there's any lurkers in the B halls area. Next is the only one with a kit, so let's keep an eye on him and his noggin. BC slowly closing the net. ACOR still has angles for now. There's no AWP on the other side. Perhaps that gives him a little more confidence as he spots next up. That defuse kit needs to be collected, but it hasn't been by Andu, which is a huge problem as they continue to pursue the site. That might have a part to play in this as Newt tries to stay alive. Down he goes, but there is no kit. And there's no time! He was right next to that kit. There it is. He can see it. Oh my days. Not like this.
that is so depressing.
If you're dead on the CT side and your team are retaking, you have to look at who's got the kit and just remind them. Tell him, kit, get the kit. Someone's got to do that. Someone's got to pick up that role. Charging up mid are the CTs. Yeah, really. ACOR on the scout, dedicated to that scope life. BC disengaging, at least from the mid position, as things speed up towards A. Sassanito loses his jewel, and it's looking rough for BC in round 17.
Yeah, a huge kill to get on Sassanito that allows Ecstatic to gain space onto the sides. Andu taken down by the Gandalf box, and now Simple in a 2 versus 4 with Electronic. Electronic is not looking too great on the weaponry there. MP9 in hands. I think he's found a different gun though. But that ended up being a pretty sketchy scenario for BC.Game where they lost a lot of economy. And we can kind of start to see the impacts of that.
And not picking up the kits as well.
Yeah.
I think that's a big difference maker. That's a huge one. On the cusp of a match day tomorrow as well, are the Danish side. Looking to walk in very quickly into this B-bomb site, but it is being dealt with by the CTs. Andu just falling back. Sees him elevated, doing great work with the MP9. Leaving Newt in the clutch then. Bombs on the bomb site as well, and he is not. Sassanito dropped, and Newt's found the second one. Hold on a second, surely not like this. Nexa coming in from the back. Newt wondering, does he wait for the smoke to go? And he dropped from here silently.
Seems aware.
I wonder. No, he can't. That's really crucial info for Nexa. I love the patience. There's no way he goes through that smoke. Really unsure. Oh, he might position himself so well for this. That is a ridiculous clutch from Newt. He found the 1v1s on the bomb site. Dire Straits. No, they've all, God, they've got one flash. Do BC. Static sharing body heat. Nexus found something though, but they might need a lot more. So many targets for the sprays through the smoke. A lot of util being deployed. Sassanito able to burst onto ACOR. And maybe BC are not done with this one just yet. Upgrades to be collected in that mid position. Simple saying hello, needs to stay alive. Cavalry, help is on the way. Just in time. And it's Newt in the clutch once more. He has the bomb. 1 versus 3 made 2. Giving up the 1v1s once more. You can't do that versus Newt. Simple though. Will have nerves of steel to deliver. That can buy time for the CTs to reposition. So we'll see if that has a part to play in this round.
Minutes to go, and Ecstatic still working on the default. They're looking for that late long control. Randu is going to spot ahead. There's a flash from teammates. Randu, very important kill. Stuck in the open, he's got to fight, and he's going to get taken out. Really good util usage there. TMB is also stuck here. Reinforcements from Nexa. Oh, the HE, perfect timing on that one to reveal TMB. And in the meantime, Ecstatic reacting in mid. They get some picks, 3 versus 2 in favor of Ecstatic as they look. I mean, they're committed towards A here. The bomb is down on long, and look who's sitting on top of it. It's Nexa.
Yeah, I love the urgency we saw there from BC. They knew the bomb was exposed. They had to fight for this position. It's a round-winning scenario, although Nexa's days are numbered. Great tag from ARCRED. Still alive, though. Killing so much time. His teammate has gone to the bomb site also. 9 seconds. And he just needs to hide. They are not going to make it to the bomb site in time. No bonus for Syra or Newt. Just trying to hunt for that final frag. They're not going to get it. Great work from Nexa. That was such a critical fight.
Much faster than you typically would see. But, a short play, that is the goal here. And it makes a lot of sense. Syra will be able to Molotov out the crate at the top of the stairs. Actually, with the Molotov, they're just going to run it through. They're just going to run it through. In that position, it is problematic. That's an Ito, gets a pick, drops down, repositions, and Ecstatic. They've been spotted here. So BC.Game now know largely what is coming. Although you can see there is some doubt here. They're like, is there a split FUT? They go and investigate.
There's still time to make a play towards the B bomb site here. That's what they choose to do. TMB could drop. Looks like he wants to, and that's exactly what he will do. But as expected, well read by Sassanito, who catches him. That gives us a warning also. 3 remain now for Ecstatic, creeping towards the site. Newt starts to get to work as ARCRED gets a really important frag onto Simple. Next, will need to hug that wall if he is to survive. And just as he looks to his left, they'll swing from the right, and they might actually do this. There are 3 still standing. They've picked up Simple's AWP as well.
In Commandu and Electronic from the low ground. There's both frags found. He's just Newt 1 HP again. This time against 2 players. I don't know. Is that plant good for him? This is going to be so difficult. There is the tap. He has to go for the peek. He's got to find his targets as he swings deep. It's going to be a round for BC.Game. No time, no health. And we might see BC.Game actually steal this Dust 2 away.
He has been doing the heavy lifting as far as any sniper's concerned in this series. Oops.
TV down and out for the counts. BC.Game have a player dug in on long, so they positionally are looking in really good shape. BC.Game.
ARCRED all
going fast. They're going for this one, James. Oh, the spray from Castanito is on point. BC.Game, they're so close to winning this map of Dust 2 right at the end here.
Newt and ARCRED remain desperately trying to find something around, through, or over these smokes on shorts. They've lost so much position. They've lost so much personnel. ARCRED versus 5 now. This is surely too much to ask. 40 seconds to find 4 players, and a double peak will be enough. Electronic resurgent on that CT side, finishing off the job on short. Where else? That was quite a comeback from BC. Very hard worked for. They have forced a 3rd map and ended up winning that map. So let's see how things play out for them. 3 players in red room for Ecstatic. Nexa having a quick look, but wants to try and fight elsewhere. But those numbers will prove good for Ecstatic, dropping Electronic. A very quick plant on B as well, which means BC are completely out of position. Ecstatic solving the initial problems and giving BC a bucket load of them all over the floor. A mess for the CT side to clean up. Nexa being real patient. But how long can you hold for? 3 CTs remain here. I don't think they're going to be anywhere close to this bomb site. Might just be about saving the Kevlar. So just outfoxed almost immediately, it feels like, by Ecstatic in this pistol.
Yeah, I think it's interesting, right? Because the mid play for pistols is quite common. Because if you do get a lot of keys in the red room, that can happen. You know, I don't really fault them too much for that. That can definitely happen on the pistol. But the reality is this: it's gonna be very tough to hold against all these Galils.
Crikey. Ecstatic 1 step ahead. This is a force fight, no less. Sassanito popping in there. Blinded, deleted. Not the best angles for BC. But Electronic will find a way. He'll be a key person to watch on the CT side here for BC. Again, lots of learnings to be had in a short space of time for BC, especially when you've got so much CS to play. Andu dropping, and Lele also. And maybe it's Ecstatic's turn to finally be reset after winning a pistol. So much success. These pistols have been such a boost in this series. With 3 players remaining, all with rifles, there's definitely still a round to be won. Simple turns into the bait now. 45 seconds remaining. He'll be dealt with. And suddenly, Electronic's in much more trouble. But help is on the way. Andu, of course, we said he was a standout player, and he is already playing lights out here, leaving Syra in a 1 versus 2. Next, coming in from the back. Andu ready to duel a 4K in the second round for Andu, the one to watch on BC.
The thing is, though, even when we have seen it, it hasn't really been too impactful, which is maybe why we're not really seeing it very much. But
yeah, he was missing a few shots there on Dust 2. Like, it wasn't dependable as it normally is.
Look at this, James. There's going to be a plant on the A site. It's been completely given up.
Yeah. Well, there'll be some angles to try and stop it, but Newt has picked a good location, so we'll see how this goes. But indeed, AWP versus AWPer, Akor's been very, very good with the AWP in this series, and Simple has not had what we would expect from him. Some crucial misses, which may deter him from picking it up again. But let's see how this retake goes, as Newt will trade onto Nexa, but Sassanito's coming in from the back. Really expect that second player. Surely the CTs have got the numbers to deal with this. Akor finds 4 with the Tech 9. How has this happened so early? Feels like a familiar story for BC. Just loads of rugged rounds, if you will. Nowhere to stand for Electronic. Almost blocked by Simple there. Griefed. But maybe it can pay off the trigger discipline from Andu. Trying to find 2. He will eventually. That one looked difficult. Andu, honestly, the hero of BC, trying to find a 3rd. Teammates able to rotate it for a few seconds while he is dealt with. Done the best he can. They're lining up for Nexa. And maybe Sassanito can do something with what little he has. Akor in the red. TMB's the one he finds first, though. Has the right angle. And he will stop the bleeding.
I think I'm pretty sure that's a turn.
Wound spray. I have wound spray.
Well, back into mids. And Casanito is really fast into position on elevator, but there's no T's. They are not there, which means they can only be one of 2 other places. And the A side is once again open for business. Wow, the A side is going to be a full-on retake or full-on save. They might just have to... In fact, you know what? They probably just save here, right?
Well, Next is lurking. Looking to find something through the smoke. Cannot stop the bomb from being planted. And Lele is looking to be a problem causer as well. But yes, they don't have a kit. And they're quite far away. They're carrying a lot to lose, and they probably don't have enough with which to win. So at least this means that they'll probably have rifles for the next round, which again, we've seen lots of just shitty rounds, really. I'm not sure how else to put it in terms of like what they have to work with.
Ecstatic might be able to win this position. He's got quite a few teammates behind him as he tries to clear these spots, slicing the pie. And it is delicious as they are forcing BC Game back. It goes down though.
That's a big frag. Just the one kill for Newt so far. How about this for Electronic? Yeah, even if he expires, it's really wasting some time. And Andu's running distraction. They may not check this. He will eliminate Syra immediately, and he'll catch TMB. That's an overperformance from that position by Electronic. This is the kind of round we need from BC. Just big numbers, big advantages, but it needs to stay that way. Ecstatic have very capable players.
4 HP. I mean, there is 40 seconds to play with. The problem is the bomb is down, because one thing that would be really great here is trying to find damage, but that's going to be harder given that these CTs will be all around the bomb. And Nexus is going to have a better angle, so there we go.
Sasanito has left spawn with no grenades whatsoever. Unless he deployed some from spawn, but right now he has 0 grenades, but 2,300 in the bank. Which might be a tactical choice should the worst happen. Oh, he sent it. Okay, so that also makes sense. So like, let's say you're on Mirage on the CT side and you jump out the window. It doesn't make sense to buy full grenades because you're probably not going to have a chance to use them. You went for an aggressive play through A long, got a kill, and again, might be a waste to buy grenades in that scenario.
Yeah. You also don't want to give them away to your opponents.
Like that though. Ecstatic do a good job of taking the fight to their opponent on the CT side, and BC are starting to do the exact same. Instant trade from Sasanito, who leaves TMB as the last man standing without the bomb. You can see he's looking to pre-fire, and Electronic was the right man, right in the right place at the right time as BC start to...
So we'll see if BC Game keep getting success here, or if we get some counterplay from Ecstatic. They're on pistols, so not too much to challenge with at this point, but maybe there's a catch to be had here. Casanito is going to get caught. The running drive-by Tech9 is causing problems. Nexa is exposed in mid, but he doesn't get punished. He's able to get back to Donut.
Yeah, just trying to not give a kill up and do... Oh, good spatial awareness, but that is a big risk against the Glock, no less, which may end up in regrets as things start to collapse for BC once more. There's that trigger discipline. We saw it from Andu. Simple really looking for the big game now. Oh, but he was spotted by ARCRED. Yeah, again, he's trying to find a way to win that round. The risk was worth it. But he was asked for too much in that scenario with the position he had. That's what I want to see. Early 5-on-4. Been a lot of fighting in that mid position. And again, BC Gaming just turning up that aggression. You're seeing it round after round now. Trying to take that timing away from Ecstatic and the freedom. That Electronic will fall eventually.
Minute to go, and BC Game stacked up on this B site. And right now, that seems quite nice. Let's see what Ecstatic end up doing. Andy, though, going forward. So he's got a good timing. Oh, no, get shut down by Newt. A second player spotted by Newt, and that's actually key information. Nexa, is he going to go for the swing again? Very brave. Oh, the mid challenge going back into the A hit. Really good stuff here from Ecstatic, just pivoting towards the A side of the map. And now they can use that B player as a lurk, potentially, as they're in a very favorable situation. And Simple's on an AWP. This is not an ideal retake weapon.
He's also on 0 frags. We haven't seen the most confident output with that AWP in this series. He will remain on the B bomb site.
BC.Game have found success off of the mid control, which they are opening up with again. Get that mid control going. Oh my goodness, the T's just spamming on through. The challenge is good, Andu. The only hope, a beacon of light in this desperate and dark situation. It's a 3v4.
Yeah, we're relying on individual performance here from BC. But it's half to be competitive. Andu from the smoke has got help, and he will trade. Newt now carrying the bomb, needs to deliver the goods, and he will. That leaves Simple in a 1 versus 2. Position unknown. Ecstatic, last 2 players separated with a minute on the clock. Who moves to find out where Simple is? Seems the bomb will stay in situ as TMB closes the distance. M4 rather than New York. He knows he's got to deal with multiple. Just holding for now. How long does he hold for? So much time for Ecstatic, who have cut noise to investigate.
One down, and that's the bomb. Simple knows it. He's wrapping around the site. Great reposition here from him. Team B at this point committed to the B site, and Simple knows it. Just about finding the right position. Okay, he's actually going to make the run across. Okay, he actually just has enough time to do this, and so Simple's being outplayed in that respect. Didn't have a spot to be able to hear the running. Now he knows exactly what's going on. Over to the A site, and this now puts TMB at advantage. He could have picked a variety of forward positions. It slows Simple down, but he's got the deepest of positions here in A long. It's going to take some time here for Simple to clear these spots. Ooh, Molly, he's going to go for it, or is he at least going to threaten it? He's going to try to... Oh, he's predicting that the play was in donut there. I think the Molly didn't land exactly where he needed it to land, and he's going to have to just push for this. Simple is in so much trouble here. He just doesn't have time for this. Oh, so well played by TMB.
But anyway, they've got 3 rounds.
They won the pistol. They lost the second round.
Oh, there we go. I knew they lost somewhere. And they may lose mid here once again. Sassanito caught out of position. The Flash is just doing great work, and he doesn't have any help in this scenario there. He's just on an island in mid, fighting mid alone. Maybe afraid of a faster push into these bomb sites. Sassanito dropped in isolation. Such a quick 5-on-4 for Ecstatic. Electronic now needs to stay alive. There are three T's coming his way. Nunu with the bomb also. Ecstatic try to secure some angles to plant this bomb.
Oh, gets the dink. Against the AWP, though, it's not a winning prospect. New coming in for another one. Oh, headshot, making it look quite aesthetic to finish the round. Ecstatic with a great lead on Ancients, and they've completely given up the B site at this point, though.
I love the brazenness of this. Just thinking there's no way that the T's go through the choke point after we've smoked it off like that. We could have any angle on the bomb site. But BC remain undeterred. But again, it's very careful as they make their way onto the bomb site unchallenged. Very careful indeed. Thrown over to Electronic to plant that bomb. As Ecstatic start to ask questions. There's one flash in the hands of TMB. And a lot of CTs to run in and try to figure this one out. This is going to be utter chaos. There is a flank on the way from Newt also, as his teammates try to run distraction. 4-on-3 in advantage of BC for now. Newt's dispatched of, and it might just be a pistol round in this for BC.
Great stuff there from them. Yeah, really nice. So they have like great options in both cases. So I liked what they did, but obviously you got to hit the headshots on the pistol. And BC Game in the driver's seat again. See what they can do with it. Look at the aggression coming on through. The Danes are just sending it.
Face of their own medicine. Utter chaos. Utter chaos. BC are close though, but there is work for them to do, and Acor's able to trade. He has been a problem. Tech9, AK, AWP, doesn't matter. That man's been an issue, a thorn in the side, maybe a sword in the side for BC to deal with. Mexa's got so many angles to look, and Acor reappears. There is more work to be done, and perhaps that will take place outside the confines of this competition. Last chance saloon for BC. They need 8 from 8. They've got 2 rifles, a MAC-10. And a slither of hope.
Oh, TMB. That is cheeky stuff. That will trigger BC.Game to start rushing into mid here. They're unleashed. Gets a double as well. Neat with one. And with that, there was only one. Casanito is now gone. Vanquished. Ecstatic win the best of 3 against their opponent's BC.Game. And it didn't look all that troublesome.
Yeah, I know Mark was confident in Ecstatic, and I feel like that confidence was delivered upon in spades